Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back as always. But anyway, let's just get right back into it. As always, we are playing some more historic Brawl. Today we are playing Rona, Sheoldred's Faithful. Rona is a 1 colorless, blue, 2 black, 3/4. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life, and you may cast Rona Sheoldred's Faithful graveyard by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying its other costs. So there's 2 effects here, and I'm going to be honest about you with this deck. I think I picked the wrong one to build around. If you've watched my channel, you might. I really like blue-black as a set of colors. Blue-black and blue-green are probably my 2 favorite combos. But the short version is, this deck is built around whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life. We have a ton of instants and sorceries. We have a ton of sort of control. The idea was, when I built this deck, to sort of chip your opponent down and just manipulate board. I want to be honest about something. I don't think this is necessarily the right way to build this deck. I think that the real way that you probably want to build a deck like this is probably you build around being able to use Rona to discard cards from your hand. So stuff that buffs when you discard cards, stuff that triggers off that, Reanimator. I think there's probably a stronger Rona deck in those mechanics than there is in what I'm about to show off today. With that said, I couldn't get that deck into a good enough state to want to play it today. So instead we're rolling with this. This is effectively a very control-y deck. Our goal is to basically keep the game going long enough to do a couple of things. Either one, we just keep it going till we literally run out of cards via things like Magic Mirror and what's that 7-drop that's also a blue land? The one that's draw cards equal to your hand and you have no max hand. Basically, we just try to control the game, keep the game under control as long as feasibly possible, and just hope that wins. That said, our first matchup is against what appears to be green ramp aggro, so that's exciting. Do I keep this? I have no blue. No. This, well, this is technically an improvement. Sure. First matchup against the Vraska. If you don't know what the Vraska is, that's understandable. 6 colorless, 3 green. As long as it's cast, it has ward 10 and stuff like that. So I actually got to give some credit. I don't think I've ever seen this card used as a commander before. I'm assuming this is just going to be some form of hyper ramp. Do this. I feel like this matchup should favor me, but who knows? Next turn will be... Is this... Packers. Looks like my opponent might have just correctly read that I'm not really an aggro deck at all, so we can avoid aggro for as long as possible. I'm just gonna do that and turn. I'd like to use Make Disappear on something. There we go. Cultivate should slow down the mana ramp. Catacomb. I'll play Rona here. I only have 1 more counterspell left. Might be a mistake, but I think I can do Plan War Visionary, draws a card. I think I can still stabilize this. Pay 3 life. I think Notion Rain. That might be useful. But actually, neither of you are really what I want. Bottom of the deck. Wow, that's definitely cards that I got. We'll just punch him in the face. I do have a schedule up this week. You know, better than last week. Would have been a little hectic. We got Disdainful Stroke. We'll have to see. I'm assuming that this is ramp, but maybe it's just this person being real funky. Which of these? Scry 1. Yep, top of the deck. Don't have 4 in our graveyard yet that I need to walk back. Back. So this game, I think our plan is just going to be, weirdly enough, burn this person down before they play the Tarask. We've managed to slow down their land gain. I think they were banking on Cultivate to be able to ramp up to like 5, hopefully. Let's just see what happens. Still have Disdainful Stroke. We still have Brazen Borrower. I'll crack that out if they don't do anything to push that. I've had some really weird games testing this deck out. Can't counterspell that, so we may as well just crack out the Brazen Borrower. That actually was probably a mistake. I probably could have just reset the board with Crux of Fate. Oh well. Let's hit for 3 first. Yeah, I'm going to put that back in the command zone. So, anyway, I do think that building around the ability to discard cards is probably smarter. But, hey, I built this control deck. I'm going to play this control deck. We got 2 counterspells. They're only on 4 mana to our 7. This has turned into a somewhat strange game, actually. So, maybe if I misread this deck, what are they playing instead? No, you may not. There's a win for us. But yeah, I think this generally shows off what the deck does. The problem that I have with this deck is that I don't feel like it does enough with Rona as a commander. I've had this... I don't think I've said this on the stream. Maybe I just have this argument with myself and friends in private. In order for commander to be used for, like, the commander, I want to make decks that are better than just, hey, it's this card's color identity. And that's why I don't like this deck very much, is because I'm not sure that it really does that. Do we keep this? We're on the play. I'd much rather have 3, but I have a try. I'll do that. That's... Or that is way worse. I take a free mulligan here? I might have to. 1 land is just... I guess it's 2 land. I'm gonna take a risk. As you can see, I'm still experimenting with Grand Portal. I had high hopes for this card, but they haven't really manifested yet. Crack out Tombbound Lich on turn 3. I'm assuming this is Vampire Tribal, given that we're playing into Edgar Charmed Groom. And with that, yeah, that looks like it confirms it. This is probably Vampire Tribal. Tombbound Lich. Draw a card, discard a card. I will discard this one. Next turn, we'll crack out Teferi's Ageless Insight. Oh, no, we won't, because we need to have Disdainful Stroke for Edgar on turn 4. Tombbound Lich should do a decent job of stalling this for a little bit of time, I say, as he plays the flyer with lifelink. Okay, so that lasted all of 3 seconds. I want to keep that there. If I was to draw, no attacks. In turn, we've got Disdainful Stroke. Next turn, we'll Cruelty of Gix, probably. Yeah. Disdainful Stroke, Edgar. Baleful Mastery will probably go out on Nighthawk Scavenger in just the hut moment. Such a good card. I really like this card. We'll search for a board wipe next turn. What do we want to get rid of? That's kind of easy. Null Priest of Oblivion. Because otherwise he can just use the other stuff to bring it back. Alright, is he going to swing? Probably only with the Nighthawk. We'll have to go grab... What board wipe do I grab here? Can't be Blood on the Snow. Too much for me. Untap, upkeep, draw. Yeah, so it's got to be the Dragon Wipe. Which means he'll still have Bloodthirsty Aerialist. Oh no, untap, upkeep. Is it after your draw step? But the... Oh well. Here's how I destroy all. Put on the snow. We don't have enough life to really be able to warrant combat. Cycle one more card, preferably. I don't think he'll actually choose to block. If he does, I might choose to take 7 prior to doing the Crux of Fate. Fairy's Ageless Insight is very useful, but will not save me here. But honest, founding the third path lets me cast a second. Royal non-dragon. Okay, so here's a question that I should know the answer to, but I don't off the top of my head. I'm assuming that... I want to play this now. I'll have the 6 mana. I'm assuming that I can't steal his copy of Edgar because that counts as changing... Presumably that counts as changing battle spaces? So I guess I'll steal his copy of Nighthawk Scavenger instead. That seems good enough. We'll have to wait. Now tapped out, which doesn't have enough to prevent me from this. Deadly Dispute. We'll pick Vampire, but I think we're in a decent control-y sort of position here. Let's see what the next play is. There's our Castle Lochwain. Target player mills cards. I'm actually going to mill him here. I think we can probably, maybe we can get a couple more card types. Yeah, that was kind of... Alright, Narset. Slow down his draw engine for Vanquisher's Banner. I say they, I say him. I don't know. It could be they, it could be she. Opponent. Mystery person. Yeah, having my fingers that close to the camera is probably not good. Does it just look like it's on focus? What do I grab here? I'm taking away live in anticipation because I'm a stupid person. Combat. Five. What do I want to recast? I'm not sure yet. I don't... Actually, never mind. I have nothing I can recast unless it plays a creature. There, I go with it again. I'm just gonna switch over to gender-neutral pronouns day. That seems good. Can't counter that. May as well resolve. There we go. Okay, he got his commander. God damn it. They got their commander back. Doesn't have lifelink though, so I'm just actually gonna let them. I'm just gonna draw cards, mate. Then I want to exile your commander because you spent too much mana and you can't sack them yet again. Choose this. Goodbye. Backeth to the command zone with ye. But anyway, you may note that we're on something like turn 8 and I haven't played my commander, which is why I don't particularly like this deck. I should probably go sack that for a blue, which is what I'm going to do. Oh, I see. Good trick. Okay, I didn't really click any cards, but... There's a 6-drop. I force the rejection. It doesn't force too much out of this, except... Yeah, this doesn't have flying. Fine. If it had flying, I'd be more concerned. Doesn't. Wait. Oh, they drew the land after. Labyrinth of Sakafos. Ley Line of Anticipation. If you want a 2-card combo that'll make more people than you would ever believe just instantly concede in this game, Ley Line of Anticipation, Wilderness Reclamation. You play those 2 cards and your opponent just goes, alright, I'm out. I'm done. Takes the damage. End turn. And I have access to Labyrinth. I have access to a lot of really cool tools. We should hopefully be able to end this by just chipping them down. Chipping them down. Chippity chip chop chip. I'm still gonna force it. Still doesn't have lifelink. Only tokens of lifelink. They tapped out. They can't. Tapped out. They can't actually really just start the process of trying to build life. So I'm actually okay with taking that damage. Make your cards as big as you want. Crap out of you. We got the castle to draw some more cards. That actually could be a problem. Can't do much about it. Get flying and lifelink. That's not good. That's What? One of these must be a removal spell, right? There's no reason you give up your 4/5 flyer that's your best chance of blocking my 5/3 at 8 life unless you have a removal spell in hand, right? Or you sack Edgar and you start building the other lifelinks, chump into a... If they don't blow up Nighthawk Scavenger here, I'm going to be very disappointed in them. You don't have the life to commit to the strategy that you're currently doing for. Cut off. Give me cards. Swords to Plowshares? No, Vanishing Verse. Congratulations, you've successfully removed your own card. They're probably actually correct in observing that they can just end the game with that, though. But on the other hand, Jin Gitaxis makes everybody panic, so... Okay, actually, let's try to win this. What do we do here? Okay, we gotta start by playing Watery Grave. Draw a card. If we draw hard removal for veto, we take 10 next turn. That's not too bad. Lose 3 life. We'll still not be dead. We could always draw a board wipe. I think the actual choice here is to do this. And hope for some form of board wipe or... Nope, not strictly speaking hard board wipe or hard removal. But we can do it before they enter combat. Right? Veto's only a 3-drop. Okay, well, we're gonna have to see how they put abilities on this. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter unless they overcommit early mana before activating the ability. Ah, that's unfortunate. Is it over? I spend 2. I can't spend 3, so... Actually, no, this works. Yeah, I get 1 more turn. Not a lot, but hey. It's a turn. And I have negate, so... That doesn't help me at all. But hey, I could top deck a board wipe. The deck has plenty of those. So I don't like that I'm completely reliant on top decking the right card. One turn slow, badly. Oh, you didn't actually replay Veto. Probably the correct choice, but there's some tricky garbage I can pull. Not that I can think of. I shouldn't have played Jin there. That was foolish of me. I should have bluffed the hopes that maybe I could have done something. Alright, so could I think I still could have won this if I'd been a little bit more careful, but right now completely out of my hands. That's still game. Alright, let's go next. What time is it? Oh, like 7:30. Ah, well, just because nobody watches my streams doesn't mean... I'd vastly prefer if people did, but... I'm gonna keep this. It's not a perfect opening hand, but between Mentor's Guidance, Into the Roil, and As Foretold, there's a lot of potential here to set something pretty cool. Also, Muldrotha is a really bad matchup for me, so Into the Roil is probably a stronger counter. Plus, we got 2 of each color for purposes of matching. Evolving Wilds. Those wilds do be evolving. Here we go. Do I do this on turn 2? I guess I do, right? It's not like well, I could hold Into the Roil, but... You know what? Actually, you know what? Never mind. This answers my question what I do. We do Confounding Conundrum. There's a green deck, ramp. Now we can't ramp. Now we gotta counter. Turn 3's gotta be As Foretold, right? You put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay, now put it back. Screw you. No extra lands allowed. Confounding Conundrum, otherwise known as blue player's way of saying, hey, guess what? I know you were playing too many spells, but now you're playing too many lands. Let's see what we get next. Surprised they didn't go with Temple of Malady, but they are actually... Oh. We'll go with this. We're going to keep setting up control tools. Hopefully As Foretold is decent, because it will let us set up for Wash Away. Okay. What do you want to bet that in the next, like, 2 minutes I'm going to play Lear Disciple of the Drowned and then try to counter Muldrotha with Wash Away? Honestly, I'd put like $5 on it. I'm kind of just that stupid. Because my brain will be like, oh, it's a wizard. I can double Mentor's Guidance. Let's go for that. We'll see what they're going to do here. Presumably they might hold. I wonder if I say that too much while streaming. Presumably my opponent will do the thing that I think they're going to do and not the thing that I think they're going to do. Though, to be fair, there have been a couple situations that I feel like should be clipped where I've just been like, yeah, my opponent's next card is this, and I call it 100%. What do I think their next card would be here? Well, it can't really... Well, they can play Cultivate, right? They've only got 5 cards in hand. Now, they'd put 1 onto the battlefield to get it back, but that would give them with 2. It wouldn't actually be a bad choice. In our case, though, our next options are pretty straightforward. We'll do Choice of Fortunes into Wash Away to block them from playing Muldrotha on their turn, and thereby blocking the ramp with Evolving Wilds. Maybe they got pulled away and to do something. Let's see if Choice of Fortune is resolved. Shuffle them into your library. Yes. Get to the Kami. Muldrotha. Yep. Muldrotha, go away. Don't come back. Wow. Okay, was not expecting that. Was kind of expecting them to just... Oh, what do we get? We got some stuff. Garna already had that. And a Tree's Scorn also already had that. I was thinking I would do my next, like, special at 100. Like 100... Not 100, sorry, like 50 subscribers. Part of me is also like, man, I'm never reaching 50 subscribers. I don't know, it could happen. I won't lie, a lot of my views come from when I see stuff on the MTG Brawl subreddit, I think. And there's one dude who's just like, hey, yeah, I make historic Brawl decks, come subscribe to me. Got 68 subscribers in like one day. I sit here with lucky number 34. We have both Callers of Land, we have some counterspells, we have some draw spells, we have some card removal, and playing into Jodah, which is a 5-drop. I will keep. Hive of the High Tyrant turn 1, Threaten Portal turn 2. You know what's interesting is that in Paper Magic, it'd probably be reasonable to recommend Threaten Portal to players, just on the basis of, hey, look, it's like it's a cheap card, right, to actually obtain, but in, you know, non-physical Magic, it just doesn't make much sense, right? In non-physical Magic, it's a rare wild card, right? So there's no reason to get Threaten Portal when you could get Watery Grave or Shock in your favorite color. See what version of Jodah this is. So what have I seen for versions of this deck so far? I've seen... Hey, here's a thought. What if no? So far, actually, so for Jodah, I've seen Shrines. I've seen, which was like Shrines Enchantment Jodah. I've also seen, what was the other list? I've also seen just like 2 or 3 versions of Legendary Creatures. One was actually Legendary Creatures aggro. I thought that was pretty neat. Because they were like, hey, let's just play aggro and use Jodah as effectively a tribal commander. The other one... Still no. The other one I saw was Jodah Cascade, effectively. Alright, let's go grab a second blue source with this. Downside is that this person is playing... they're playing this matchup properly. Next to combat, next turn. Which is, they're just throwing a lot of stuff at the board going, okay, my opponent will eventually run out of counterspells. And they are correct in that assumption. However, I still have 4 of the best removal spells in the game. So, bite me. I want to take that, especially because we can play it with our current board set up without losing too much. Wishing Well to the field. I really like... Arch of Urzenica, I really like as a card. I probably actually haven't ever talked about it on stream, but if you watch my stuff, you'll see that I play it in pretty much every deck. It gives a lot of really powerful card draw in games that get into those weird, endless states. With that said, I have to let that resolve. With that said, I can see why a lot of people would look at it and go, this is a stupid card, why are you playing it? Or, idiot. Can't do anything about that. Thirst for Discovery, draw 3, discard a basic land. We'll have the Arch next turn. Top 4, reveal an enchantment or land. Alright, we got Memory Deluge, which is speed, we'll do that. Next turn. Let's just see who the next one out is going to be. Probably Jodah again? Let's see. 5, 6, 7. Probably not Jodah. Okay, I spoke to him. Go away. Come back. Spoiler alert, he's gonna come back. I would like to play... Can I do this? Let's do this. Now this is kind of risky because it does let him set up to do like 2 things next turn. I will take more land. Thank you very much. Take the board wipe. I'd say 7 is the magic number for this deck because 7 is the point at which we can cast everything that we have. I have to remove that again. And we're going to cast Magic Mirror here. Is that a mistake? That might be a mistake. I'm going to try for it. If we can keep the Magic Mirror on the board, from like a purely technical sort of perspective, the Magic Mirror is a mistake because now we've said, hey, you have a free turn to do whatever you want. But from a non-technical perspective, we are running out of cards, and in terms of aggro potential, he will definitely sustain harder than I will if he can keep anything on the board, so I don't get much of a choice. Next turn is probably going to be Memory Deluge. Oh no, I'll just Dragon's Lash. Hit me for 3 and get a Trap of Treasure. We'll get some more cards. Okay, we don't have Counterspells. Let's do this. For anybody wondering why I'm doing this, it's because even if we get to really positive board state, we can sack Witching Well. Yep, Jodah's gonna resolve. We can sack the Witching Well and draw 4 more cards, which will be enough refill, I hope, to actually keep us to stabilize. That said, he has 3 more mana. Wait, how did he do that? Oh, yep, okay. Relic of Legends, that makes more sense. Tap an untapped legendary creature control, hand on Alana, yep. Do I do Wishing Well, or do I do Memory Deluge here? Creature gains haste until end of turn. Oh, this is gonna be real ugly. We'll take a lot of damage. Yeah, we got Flood of Tears. The right choice here is probably Memory Deluge, I think. My dude, why would you not just put it on Troisthane? We're going to Memory Deluge, and we're going to see if we can find a board wipe. We did not find a board wipe. Let's take this instead. Do I block here? No, I don't. It'll be clear in just a second why I take the 9, but that's going to be 9 life. Wow, the number of not board wipes that I just drew is very concerning. Can I sack Wishing Well and do everything else in turn? I kind of have to. Alright, do I have any board wipes in the graveyard this game? Not yet. I can't really use Lear for this. Let's do this anyway. I think this will buy me a bit of time. Yeah. Because I can put Magic Mirror back in my hand. I did this wrong. I did this completely wrong. I'm gonna have to discard a ton of cards. I have access to nothing. Discard 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I did that completely wrong. And that will cost me the game right there, actually. Unless I literally top deck a counterspell. Or sorry, not a counterspell, a board wipe. Or my opponent gives me an extra turn because they're not paying attention to what's going on. So for everybody who wants to know how they could have just ended me last turn, but they missed it. I have a counterspell. No. How can I draw a counterspell? Potentially with as little risk as possible. It's the easiest way to draw anything. Memory Deluge. Do I have a 4-drop counterspell? Isn't that Consuming Tides, which I already played? Okay, can I cast from graveyard somehow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blood of Tears is a 6-drop. Leyline of Anticipation isn't enough. Sheoldred I can't do anything with. Fairy's Ageless Insight. I just draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I just lose 8 life here, the top card of my deck isn't a board wipe, but I lose anyway. Deliver Unto Evil will not get me enough out of this. Yeah, I threw this game. I threw this game because I did not... See, I couldn't have played Lear and played the other one, so next, auto pass. We're gonna tap this down real quick. Completely threw this game. Just gonna do one more thing. Why is it not letting me cast Tail's End? Shouldn't it let me cast Tail's End there? Probably because I hit Resolve All. Alright, well. Alright, so I have to go step away for 1 second, but I'm just going to let the rest of this game play out. Good. I was worried that I stepped away and I was like, wait a minute, I can actually declare blockers for some of these. I was worried that I'd be BMing my opponent by, running the timer out on them when they had lethal. But they have, for some reason, decided that the ideal opportunity here is to just attack with Raffine and you win. It's that easy. This one, right here, it's flying. There are no 0-cost cards in this format that negate combat damage. Kill me. Do it. Alright, you know what? Maybe they're playing on their phone. Maybe their Wi-Fi connection is just really bad. Maybe they're playing on their phone, on the subway. And the subway is located directly inside a nuclear bunker. But I'm not conceding. Not on stream. Off stream, Salty concedes every minute of every day. You play a commander I don't like, Salty concede. You play a card I don't like, Salty Concede. You have slightly better board position than me, Salty Concede. But this is on stream. I'm a professional. I profesh every day. And that means we play this out, which means I need you to hit me in the face so that I can play the next game. Thank you. I'm a professional. That's a lie. I'm a not really, actually. Alright, you know what, you guys want to know what my actual goal is? I want to be a member of Hollow Stars. It's just something. Something that's not my current job. I wonder if Nishanji... Well, they probably recruit people who are already actually doing. Alright, let's go again. Also, I can see that, like, the viewer count that one of you is watching. If that's you know who, say hi. Kyle, if that's you, say hi in the chat. What's up? How goes your day? I'm going to keep this. This says if we have a conditional board wipe, we have a little bit of hand return, and we have a pretty good just state control spell. I'll keep this as an opening. Shipwreck enters tapped unless you control 2 or more. Forsaken doesn't have to enter tap. We'll do Shipwreck first. Forsaken. Into... Yeah, piloted that wrong. I'm going to say blue. I like having double blue sources. Search for a Zendika or Agonizing Remorse. I'm going to do Search for Zendika this turn with the expectation of doing Into the Roil on Satoru next turn prior to blocking the... Yeah, I think that should work. I'll keep that there. Alright, change of plans. Let's go see what our opponent's going to do for his next several turns. Meat Hook, Hostage Taker, Burning Rune. Target creature or artifact, not a threat. Target, not a threat, not a threat, not a threat, not a threat, which means Burning Rune Demon is the primary issue here. Fabled Passage, we'll use that to go get a swamp. It's not Kyle. Is it Chishugaha? I don't know what your stupid username is, and I don't know how to pronounce it. There's too many S's in it. But I appreciate your viewership all the same. Actually, if it's neither of you, cool, welcome random person, and thanks for watching my stuff. I actually really appreciate it. Like, you don't know how much I appreciate it. Go grab a swamp. So Hostage Taker he can use to steal stuff. He took Massacre, Crux of Fate. The rest of his list is currently control. Do I need to wipe the board here? Not really. Control of target creature or artifact. Let's do Witching Well. Witching Well might actually bait a response, and it also lets us scry set up. Let's do this. Yeah, that's fine. We have the color sources we need, so Arch will be useful. What I think will happen here... if I was him, would I do Arch of Zeneca? Yeah, I would Hostage Taker. Let's see if we see Hostage Taker into Witching Well. No. Okay, we're seeing just straight control. Done. I wonder what this will do. It'll probably bait out the Hostage Taker, I think. No, eat to Extinction. Interesting. So if that's the case, I think my opponent has probably somewhat correctly read my deck and gone, okay, I'm playing against a control list, I need to move to aggro, but they're holding Hostage Taker as a removal piece. Graveyard. I'm going to do this here, just because then I can do Vraska's Contempt into a bunch of other combos. But I want to bait some form of response, and I need to stop myself from being chipped as heavily as I can. Yep, there's Hostage Taker. Targeting. Yep, there's that. Line. Yep. Definitely read a lot of that. Graveyard. Getting that count. No covered. They still have Meathook Massacre. Interesting. That means they're not planning to flip. Break out the Phyrexian Scriptures next turn. That should force some form of response. Discarded deckhand. We'll get rid of that before we can take any damage from it. We'll crack out our Phyrexian Scriptures next turn. I would like that, actually. Yeah, this is the right choice. Attacks. So, this person's clever, which means they'll probably realize they can use Thieving Skydiver to steal Rona. And when they steal Rona, the next turn will wipe all non-artifact creatures. Oh, they'll actually keep Rona. Oops, I'm an idiot. See how this cracks out. Thassa's Oracle. Done. Deck. Okay, they're actually even smarter than I thought they were. Let's do Thassa's Oracle first. Mastery. That's for total. There's no reason to not hit here because their plan for next turn is going to be to steal. Use Thieving Skydiver to steal Rona. And that's kind of ideal because that means we can then play Magic Mirror or use Baleful Mastery. Oh, they're about to have 8 billion mana. That's not good. No, they're going to do Satoru? Oh, they have 3. But it doesn't apply to Kicker. Why would they do Satoru? How close are we to 4, 5, 6, 7? Okay, they stole my witching well. I really would have stolen something better, but whatever. Don't want to win. Fine by me. 1, 2, which will drop the cost of the down to 4. Let's just shoot the just this. The thing about Satoru decks is that they primarily work by casting high-cost spells and cheating them into play, but now he's got all the mana and he's got all the cards. I've got all the fat load of nothing. But hey, Thieving Skydiver isn't on the board, so at least we're going to get another 2 cards next turn. They could just reset, but that seems expensive. We also might just get chipped to death. Let's see what we're gonna get. Oh, I like that. Yep. Transform. Alright, so at this point we're actually at a point where it doesn't really matter. Destroy all creatures. I'm kind of expecting for this to not resolve, honestly, given the number of cards in hand and the colors they're playing. I'm expecting them to counter Blood on the Snow. Oh, they're gonna let it resolve. Alright. Yeah. Technically. I would like to draw some more cards. I'll do that. Spell Pierce doesn't do much when your opponent's actually set up successfully replicating ring. So what's interesting is that they played this as they were an aggro matchup correctly, but if this is a control list, because of how much mana they have, they're gonna get back. Nothing. These are all terrible. All their options are awful, except if, you know, if they actually hit me with Anti-Malzeon for 6 turns, I just die. That is a statement. That's true. I also have so much mana to work with. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to have all the cards. They're going to have all the mana. Have to see how... Oh, that's not good. They hit me for 6? They hit me for 6. That's bad. That's really bad. Hey, they're tapped out, though. Though I have to be honest, I don't think I can win this one anymore. Just a hunch. No reason. That's what I was told. Well, that's not better. Okay. That's not much better either, and I don't really... I also only have 4 life, which means Flash in the Worm and I don't have a choice. I'm gonna play this. See, the thing is, if I don't do that, I definitely lose. If I do that, I probably lose. But hey, still better. Remember, a number greater than 0 is always a lot bigger than 0. At least okay, so because of what this matchup is... Ice Tunnel... Play Sheoldred. Probably play... Mirror. Gold Veil for Mastery. No attacks. Once it's blocked, he can flip in and out. So I gotta do that now, and then I gotta block some. I'll still take, like, 2 damage, right, from this turn, but hey, gotta fight for every inch. That's the reality of these really weird situations. They have a billion cards to work with, they have a billion tools to work with. But you've got no choice. If you're actually still trying to win the game, right, there's no choice but to just fight for every absolute last inch. Right? Make them give up everything they have to. Couldn't you have still had Lethal Disruptor? Use Network Disruptor first. Well, on our side, we're going to draw, what, 2 cards? If we don't pull a board wipe, we're in pretty bad position. Got a board wipe. Got a board wipe. There's no reason to not play that land. What do I have to draw me cards? Probably this. Probably this, and try to look for a board wipe. No, I think that gives me the greatest definition. I don't have enough tools to return anything. Is that accurate, actually? Yeah, I simply don't see a way that I can. Yeah, I think that's game. I simply don't see a way that I can prevent them from having lethal damage with what I already know to spell with them. Even if I exile my own cards with Ravenform, it's just not enough. Can't blame them. They played their deck right. I played mine wrong. I want to add Disallow to this deck. Alright, how long have we been streaming? Just over an hour, but as you all know, and by all I mean maybe a maximum of like 2 people. I wonder how many people are subscribed to me. They like my videos. Deck list. You know, it doesn't matter actually. You gotta believe that it's the first one, right? You ever want to have any hope of it? It's kind of the same thing as, you know, playing the games out where you've already lost. Right? You gotta believe that you can win. You gotta believe that there's a chance. Otherwise, it's just stepping through the motions. I would like to save Make Disappear for Muldrotha, but I will use it on the Brawl to prevent you from... Oh, that's a victory! Alright, guest stream's over! Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, did this person concede just because I'm playing something that resembles a control deck? Yes. Is that the most hollow victory that I have ever received in this game? Yes. We still gonna count it? Yes. Yes, we are. Actually, you know what? You know what? Red or green, white or green. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream here, but I'm gonna be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, alright? Just give me 5 to 10 minutes and then I'll be right back. I don't got anything better to do. So, I lost my 1 viewer though, so, well, whatever. Not whatever. Viewers are important. Anybody who takes their time to come by and watch my shit, I appreciate you. And I really do mean that. You know, I might as well say this while nobody's watching anything or doing anything. Basically blank. Like, I think there are probably versions of professions or entertaining where you master a skill set alone in of itself, and that's impressive, right? That you don't need to show it to anybody. I don't think that's true of streaming. Without an audience, there is no streamer. Without anybody who subscribes to me or looks at my stuff, without anybody who reads my write-ups, I'm just doing it for myself. I don't think that's a bad thing, but that's not actually why I'm here. I'm here because I want to be something resembling an influencer, right? Not because I want to be like, oh, I influence people, but because the way that our culture has developed, the way our society has developed, right, is that if you're not an influencer, if you're not somebody that, you know, makes stuff, that shows stuff off, right? If you haven't decided to basically go out of their way and say, hey, a potential portion of my hobby, I'm going to expose to the world and show to the world and try to show it off. If you don't do that, you don't actually get to see all the cool stuff that everybody is making. That's why I'm here. I want to see the cool stuff. I love games. I'm passionate about games. So anyway, I'm going to drop the stream for like 5 minutes, and then we're going to fire it right back up again and make it the deck. Maybe I'll see you then. Probably I won't. As always, thanks for watching. If you like my stuff, please subscribe. Have thoughts, comments, feedback, please let me know. I'm always trying to get better. There's a lot of room I can do to do that. And I appreciate any feedback or anything you give me. Talk to you then. Bye for now.